We're less than 100 days away from the first Saturday in May. This week on the Future Book, we take a look back at the Smarty Jones Stakes from Friday at the Oaklawn Park, a maiden race at Gulfstream Park, and recap the Kentucky Derby Future Wager Pool number 2. All of this and more on the Future Book. Opening day at Oaklawn Park on Friday, and it was the Smarty Jones Stakes. It ended up being a coronation for the winner, Caddo River. Now, Caddo River picked up a win the last time out, and that was at Churchill Downs by a widening margin. And he opened up on the tote board at 2-5. And whenever a Brad Cox runner opens up that low, you know the stable is betting. That isn't the public, so that means he's been working out good. And Caddo River ended up going off at 3-5 on the tote board, took command early, won by officially 10 1/4 lengths according to the Equibase chart. The speed figures are in, and they're pretty good on all the scales. Timeform US gave him a 110. Andy Beyer and the Beyer boys, they gave him a 92, and that was up from his 83 in his maiden win, so a nice progression on the Beyer scale. And then Equibase actually recorded it as a 99, down from a 104 in his maiden breaker at Churchill Downs. So Caddo River, impressive. What I like about this race is he had a string of workouts, 4 workouts at Oaklawn Park, including a 6 furlong workout in 1:13 and 4, a 5 furlong workout in 1 and 2. Those are good workouts because in the month leading up to the meet opening at Oaklawn Park, that track is really slow. And so those were some stamina building workouts, and they brought him in ready to win this race. They brought him in fit, which a lot of similarities to how Bob Baffert does. There isn't a lot of prep work here. This horse was ready to run. There's no way you consider this a prep. And Caddo River now most likely is going to go to the Rebel Stakes. And then the Southwest Stakes is going to be Brad Cox trained Essential Quality. And then I think if he wins that, I think you're going to see Essential Quality go to the Bluegrass with those connections. They like to win at Keeneland, and then that can leave open the possibility of Caddo River. If he wins the Rebel, he can come back with the Arkansas connections and stay for the Arkansas Derby and the big purse and the Grade 1 Stratus. We'll see. Essential Quality already has 2 official Grade 1 victories. Nice win for Caddo River. As I mentioned in these January preps and early February preps, a lot of these horses run themselves off the trail. So I don't like any of the runner-ups. I don't think any of them are really going to be a factor in any of the future Triple Crown preps. They're going to be some race filler. Caddo River by Hardspun. We profiled him about a month and a half ago in November. If you want to watch that profile on his pedigree, stakes winning mare that ran in Iowa and in throughout the Midwest, Pangburn. She was a nice little filly. I remember her on the track. So Caddo River, a nice win. I would say the Rebel Stakes up next, a 92 Beyer. And next prep race in the series is going to be next week, the Holy Bull Stakes at Gulfstream Park. A pair of maidens made their way onto the ones to watch list on Saturday. First off, the undercard at Gulfstream Park. It was race number 6. Some highly touted maidens in that race, but at the end of the day, it was Prevalence, prevailing by over 8 lengths, picking up an 89 Beyer and a dominating win. Kind of wowed the watchers here at Gulfstream Park. He was making his first start for trainer Brendan Walsh, Godolphin Blue wearing those colors, and Prevalence immediately went to 30-1 on the future odds at Circa out of Las Vegas. Meanwhile, he's a son of Medaglia d'Oro, a lot of black type in this family, including Breeders' Cup Sprint winner Desert Stormer out of a Ghost Zapper mare. And I'm pretty sure you'll see Prevalence either go into a minor stakes race, possibly even straight into the Fountain of Youth next. And Godolphin Blue now has got Proxy, Essential Quality, and the maiden winner Prevalence. Out west, last time out, the Great One lost to Baffert-trained Spielberg. This time at Santa Anita, it was a Baffert first-time starter, Fenway, taking all the money. But at the end of the day, the Great One rolled by 14 lengths. He picked up a 92 Beyer speed figure, and they are pointing for the San Felipe. So 2 exciting maiden winners now putting themselves into the mix here. The Triple Crown nominations will be released this week. We'll take a little bit more of a deep dive into that next week right here on the Future Book. Kentucky Derby Future Wager Pool number 2 running Friday through Sunday. And as expected, the field ends up going off the 9-5 favorite. And you got a couple of those maiden winners in that pool in Prevalence, along with the great one from the West Coast. Meanwhile, on Friday, Caddo River, his dominating win put him in third here in the Future Book wagering. It was Life is Good who went off the favorite in pool number 1. He was 7-1 in pool number 2. Essential Quality, going to be named probably the 2-year-old champion later on this week. He was 8-1. And then Caddo River at 13-1. A couple of other horses taking play. Prime Factor, who we may see next weekend in the Holy Bull, also taking some money. And kind of then the rest kind of spread it around. A few of the horses went off pretty long. We'll be seeing Wipe the Slate next week, and he went off over 70-1. And Greatest Honor also went around 50-1 most of the wagering. So Life is Good. I guess it's good if you're on him early, 7-1 in pool number 2. That's going to do it for another wrap of the Future Book. Remember, next week, this week we've got a preview of the Holy Bull and the Robert Lewis. Keep an eye out for that. And as you start to get ready for the Kentucky Derby and the Triple Crown Trail, remember what D. Wayne Lucas always says: people have opinions, horses have the facts.